Om Jnana-timirandasya Kanana Salakya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya-manobhustam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Rati Swapadantikam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. I found it difficult at first to fit into this movement, fit into the rigid principles, fit into what I experienced as a very tight community. It didn't give much space. And I didn't quite know how to just be one of them. I'd read Prabhupada's Gita, I'd read the Krishna book, and I felt that Krishna consciousness was clearly true. But as far as the movement that surrounded it, to be part of it, I didn't find it easy. Too many changes had to be made in my life. So I struggled, and that struggle, it continued. But I had my moments that I really wanted to stay, and also had my moments that I really wanted to run away. And I was going up and down between both, and sometimes I did run away. In the beginning, I ran away a couple of times, because it was just too much of a change. So, maybe that's my introduction, just to encourage everyone. We all fit in. One has to just find a place, find a situation that works. I realized that. I realized it was not just the process of Krishna consciousness, but I needed a situation that worked, somewhere where I would be able to practice Krishna consciousness. So that place was Vrindavan. It was there that I fit. For one thing, because they gave me space to do service, but they didn't sit on my head and didn't tell me all the time how to do it and so on. They gave me some space to do it my way, and I needed that. What can I say? In that way, I've always been an individual fitting into a movement. Of course, when I became involved in the Hare Krishna movement, it was quite regimented, much more so than today. Some might say a military model. And I guess I'm not the best for the military, because I remember one particular thing that was told to me at the time was, don't think, just ask your superior. Now, that doesn't work, because I can't switch it off. I'm thinking anyway, I'm still thinking, right? Whatever happens, somehow or other the thinking process didn't stop. So therefore, I didn't fit in that model. Don't think, just ask your superior. And I guess I am the, so being like that, I have created a space for people who are like that. Yeah. So I have a suspicion that all of you are like that also. I have a kind of a suspicion that all of you need that space. Right? And in one sense, yeah, I respect that kind of space because I need it myself, so I understand that people might need such kind of space. And therefore, I create it. And now being in a position of spiritual authority, I'm authorizing it. It's all right, as long as you're connected with me. But then, right, yeah, when it comes to the authority of the spiritual master, I mean, that is the greatest authority of all. No one ever in our life has been such an authority, not even our parents, because at least to your parents you could say no. And I would, right? I'm not eating it, no. Finish your plate, no. But the poor starving children, give it to them. then there was more punishment, because I still wouldn't eat it. But to the spiritual master, one cannot refuse, one cannot disobey the order of the spiritual master. So the level of authority that the spiritual master has over our life, according to the scripture, is frightening. It's frightening. Therefore, in a way, it is fearsome to open one's heart to the spiritual master, because he can give us an order that we can't refuse. He can say, if you tell him, he can give us a solution that we don't want. There are many people, they will just smile and they offer flowers and so on, but they are not opening their heart. They will never say what's really on their mind. They just like sort of politely offer prayers, because that's safe. Right? That is safe. Yes. So to actually be the willing instrument in the hand of a spiritual master is a very difficult thing to do. It's very difficult. Of course, in the beginning, it is all about the disciple having faith in the spiritual master. It begins there. And we must have faith in our spiritual master. Otherwise, how can we accept him, surrender to him? So we have faith. But later on it changes by him having faith in us as we are maturing in spiritual life. The spiritual master begins to place his faith in us. He begins to trust us. Oh, you take care of this. Right? And sometimes very difficult tasks. And that's really the next phase of the relationship, where we begin to, on our own strength and initiative, try to represent our spiritual master, to represent what is important to him. It is my spiritual master who told that story of the bear, right? You remember the story of the bear, maybe not. But anyway, since we are just the day after the Ramayana, and that's one story I didn't tell yesterday, I may as well tell it today. Okay? The bear. Basically, at one point, at the very end of the whole fight in Lanka, Hanuman is now the fortunate messenger to tell Sita that Ravana has been defeated. He is dead. You are free to go. So these Rakshasis who had been harassing Sita all this time on the order of Ravana, they, now that Ravana is dead, they're just sitting off to one side. And Hanuman looks at that. And Hanuman looks at them and says, Sita, let me fix those Rakshasis for all that they did to you. And Sita says, no, Hanuman, no, we should not take revenge. We should see they were just following orders. They did their duty and nothing else. Why would we revenge? And Hanuman says, no, it is no problem. I can kill him in a snap. It's nothing to me, nothing to me. I can just do it like that. No, and then Sita told that story. The story of a hunter who was in the forest, and this hunter was causing havoc in chasing various animals. And then, at one point, right, the hunter, he comes into a bush and encounters a tiger, and the roles become reversed. Now the tiger hunts the hunter, and he's running for his life. He sees a tree, he just runs for the tree, he climbs up in the tree. He's up in the tree, and there's a bear. And down is a tiger. Just then, the tiger begins to speak and says to the bear, he says, you see that man? He is a hunter. He is our mutual enemy. If you kick him down, I will eat him. The bear says, no, I cannot do that. He has come to my home. He is my guest. No, I must respect him. No. Then the tiger says to the hunter, he says, you see that bear? If you kick down that bear, I will eat that bear instead of you. The hunter doesn't hesitate for a moment. He kicks that bear, and the bear is falling down, and last minute the bear grabs a branch and is hanging there. And somehow or other climbs back up and is back in the tree. And then the tiger says, you see what he did to you? That treacherous creature, that hunter, you cannot trust him. Kick him down now before he does it again. No, says the bear. The fact that he misbehaved doesn't justify it that I will misbehave as well. Therefore, no. So this is our bear. So my spiritual master taught me how to be a bear. Right? And taught me the importance of integrity, and taught me through thick and thin, right? And to make that a priority. He's never said to me, in so many words, make integrity a priority. M-A-K-E-I-N-T. Spelling it out for me? No. But it was crystal clear. Yes, a look. Yes, a nod. That's fine. And why don't you look? Right? Look as I look. Right? You also look. As Prabhupada said, do as I do. Right? Look. It's not that the spiritual master is going to give us so many instructions. We simply learn from his example. What is important to him. It is true that in the beginning, when I first became a spiritual master, I had so few disciples. I had so much time for each of them. And somehow or other they became very close to me, very intimate. Right? Now, it may not be like that. Not that same kind of time spent together. Not that same, so many personal exchanges. You know? Like today, Tota Gopinath, who didn't cry for me. I remember that. Anyway, who didn't cry for me, told me, he said, yes, I'm your first African disciple. He is, that's true. And more than that, we spent a lot of time together. In Durban, in Victoria, in Vrindavan. I would stay in Vrindavan, and Tota Gopinath would just knock on my door in Vrindavan and move in. And go live on the balcony, basically. In my room in Vrindavan. I had a room, a balcony, and he just moved in. And then basically I let him move in. And he just stayed with me for days. What can I say? Because we had that kind of closeness in those days. Yeah. For that, those who are my older disciples, they should also share with others. Everyone is sent by Krishna. Everyone is sent by Krishna to fulfill a role. It's not all going on by, a system and everyone gets the same treatment and the same opportunity. It's all, no. It's not like that. Everyone is sent by Krishna at a particular time to fit into the plan somehow or other. And by destiny, we are meant to act out the role. So some are meant to be strong. Some are meant to be exemplary. Even sometimes, I can see in a new person that still they are meant to be like leaders. Immediately, they're meant to be leaders. They're meant to be examples. Others, they may struggle and struggle. So, we must all somehow or other accept the plan that Krishna and the spiritual master have for us. I've often said what to do, right? And some people think that those 3 words came from me, but they didn't. They came actually, I learned it from Borijan Prabhu. Because as often as you heard it from me, I heard it from him. Right? What to do, what to do. So, some time ago, I have a very close connection with Borijan Prabhu because we were together in Vrindavan there every day for a long time. And so, just out of the blue, one day he wrote me a letter and he said, I finally answered it, right? Finally I got the answer to the question, what to do. And then he said, do something. So, I thought about that answer for a long time. So what to do? Do something. Well, I mean, there is a point. We must do something. We cannot just think what to do. Let's do something to the best of our ability. That's what it means. At the end, it's not, good intentions, but in the end, it's what we do. So do something. to the best of our ability, to the best of our insight, for Krishna, and do something. So, like that, that's what he said. That was nice. In this recent months, which were sort of, well, a bit intense in terms of the fast, moving, overwhelming events. Some people might kind of describe it as a roller coaster experience. The what to do question came up. And the answer I came up with this time is an answer I like the most. And that answer was, rise to the occasion. Right? Whatever may come, rise to the occasion. What to do. Because this what to do expresses sort of the powerless position that we're all in here in the material world. Sooner or later, we come in that situation where we just feel overpowered, and what to do now? What to do now? It's beyond our power. What to do? And my answer is, rise to the occasion. Somehow or other. And let this be our guiding principle. Rise to the occasion. Yes. And take it that Krishna has meant it to be so. Krishna has placed us in this situation. And he knows who he has placed in this situation. And for what reason. Right? And therefore, we cannot think, oh, why is all this happening to me? Why not to anyone else? No. It is happening because Krishna knows who he's sending different tests to, so that we can rise to the occasion. We all receive blessings, and which receive blessings of initiations. Such a blessing of initiation, it is an opportunity, it is a responsibility, and what to do. Rise to the occasion. To live a life of purity. Leave impurity behind. We're all from the age of Kali. I said in the Drakensberg during the retreat, I said, weakness is our birthright. We are all from the age of Kali. So weakness is there. And that is why we are together this evening. This function of Vyasa Puja, where once a year we're honoring the spiritual master, is a collective function. It is a function where we come together. It is a function where we give each other strength. We share. We share some of our higher ideals, some of our doubts, some of our weaknesses, some of our struggles, some of our sorrows. We also see how different devotees find their inspiration. Some are just willing to take some words. Yes, we live in this age. Yes, I have a blog on purpose for you, right? For all of you. And some of you have contributed greatly to that blog. And that is I'm very happy about that, because I have books with quotes also made by different devotees. And I'm happy about that, because at least it makes things, well, at least we share things in that way. Once I was reading a quote of Srila Prabhupada which impressed me a lot. And that quote was that Prabhupada said, I'm instructing my disciples intimately, I'm intimately instructing my disciples publicly. What do you think about that? That's really something. I'm intimately instructing my disciples publicly. I thought it was, to me it was like lightning, like a thunderbolt. I was thinking, it's not about those moments, those cherished moments alone by, at the side of the campfire, and where we are like really sharing something extremely deep. No, it goes way beyond. It is actually, this movement is very intimate. And we are intimately connected. Because we're all endeavoring. Yes, I said before, generally speaking, I attract the individuals, right? Because I'm individualistic by nature. And I am ready to give every individual his space for his character. Everyone can have room for their character, but there's no room for Maya, right? Of course. Yeah. And whatever Maya comes in, I am understanding, right? But when I'm only understanding and only holding your hand for all your Maya and give you sympathetic words, then I'm cheating you. Then I'm cheating you. Because then I'm acting different from Krishna. Because Krishna, he will keep you in the material world for your Maya. What can I say? I can say, yes, I understand. No, of course, I know why you can't chant your rounds. It's logical. You're tired. It's so simple. You're just tired. Yes, I understand. No, completely. Yes. Yes. But the fact of the matter is, Krishna wants pure devotional service. Krishna wants surrender. It's all over his scriptures. It's very clear. It's there in his own example, Krishna's daily activities. And in the Krishna book you can read Krishna's daily activities when he's in Dwarka. Exemplary. The exemplary householder. For what reason? For us, of course, to set standards. So the standards come from Krishna, not from me. I am repeating. And I'm trying to not present them to you like a ton of bricks, right? Like with thunder and and all these things, and thou sinners, thou wilt burn, and thou shalt. I'm trying to be open, but in the end of the day, we have to take advantage of the opportunity and embrace purity. That's the thing to embrace, purity. And gradually that purity becomes classified. In the beginning, okay, purity, maybe one word, purity, and some idea of it. Later on we will learn. We have to develop the qualities of the mode of goodness. We'll learn what they are. We'll learn gradually what are divine qualities, what are demoniac qualities. We'll gradually learn what is pleasing to Krishna, what is not pleasing to Krishna, and all these things we'll learn over time. And thus, our understanding of what purity is becomes more refined. But we have to embrace it. We have to embrace it. That is ultimately the purpose of our relationship. The purpose is our purity. Purity to live a life according to the will of Krishna. And okay, we can take a little time to get there. It cannot be done, in a snap. But, you know my tortoise story, I guess. the tortoise lane, the slow